Hi folks, I'm Photonium and welcome back to my 2026 in-depth guide to oxygen not included. In this section, chapter, whatever you want to call it, we are going to convert this latrine right here into a bathroom with full plumbing and electricity and water scrubbing and everything that you need to know about doing that. So this might look a little bit different from when we get started because I just had to reload to record an intro, but I think that you can handle it. I think it'll be fine. And thank you so much here, and let's get started. So we got our lavatory, which we could put here. And under medicine, we have our sink, which we can put here. Now you'll see that other people don't put in 3 sinks. They'll put in maybe 3 bathrooms and 1 sink, or 3 and 2 sometimes. I just go ahead and put in 3 because it's fine. It doesn't cost me that much. We'll dig this out because we're going to need to do some building here, and I see buried objects. So what happens is, if your dupes come out, your dupe comes and uses either one of these, their hands get dirty, then they run across this way, and when they get to a sink, saying if you're running this way and you're dirty in any way, use the sink, then they wash their hands. Well, if there's a dupe right here washing their hands, they don't stand in line, they just go past, because there's no sink station that's available. So they'll go to the first one that's available and operational and use it. So if we happen to have 3 dupes in here with dirty hands, then all 3 of them have a sink to use. It's not likely, although I do think you need at least 2. I always just build 3 because it's fine. Whatever. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is put in a pump. I'm going to put it here because I eventually want to raise the floor up. Right now there might be room. Yeah. We can already put in tiles along here to raise up the floor. Let's talk about why I'm doing this. It's mostly because I'm just so anal. I'm just a ridiculous person who likes to have everything even, and this isn't even with the floor. And also there's this tile here, like this eventually can't reach down here, so we'll just fill it in. In fact, let's replace this, and then we can replace this tile. I'm afraid if I replace this one, that fertilizer tile will break. There. Now we can run wire through here, which is the whole point. And we're at the point where we might want... So this guy is going to go to the left also, but of course they need some water. And what I'm going to do is run this water... I guess... up like this, and then across, and eventually we'll have sinks all the way over here, so the water will come into the first one. If this is full, then it continues on its merry way all the way to the end here. It's been giving me weird errors lately, so we'll do like that. Now for these guys, the water comes out. You would think you could just go like this, and supposedly they fixed it so that you can do that. That's not my experience. My experience is that you have to go like this. And then we're going to put the water sieve over here. So the water will come up and out and run along here, and this one can come up. My experience is that it just gets jammed and it won't continue flowing on the outside. On the inside, this is fine. So you could run it just like this and try, because sometimes it works. Oops. But I like to just build it like this, so that it'll just work and I don't have to ever worry about it. And we can go ahead and put in the outflows for all of them that will eventually be there. Okay. Now over here, we go to refinement. Oh, we don't have the water sieve yet. We're We're researching it right now. But we can dig out this area here, and we can put in the storage bin, and in the storage bin we're going to put sand. And then we also need to think about our extra water. So eventually this will come out as polluted water. We'll clean it in a water sieve, or sieve. It's a word that I never learned how to say properly. Here we can put in some airflow. And then what happens is that the dupes have they have more pee than the water that the toilet uses. Just one little tile here. So this will take in, say, 1 kilo of water, and it'll output. I can't remember how much it output. It'll say. Uses 5 kilos per use, outputs 11.5. So more than double. So we need something to do with that extra polluted water. And the water has germs in it. So I don't really want to clean it and add it here, because we're going to use this for our food also. So what I want to do is I want to put it into a plant that we don't eat. So there's two kinds. One is thimble reeds. Let me see if we can see any, which I don't. Oh my gosh. Not a single thimble reed in sight. And the other is arbor trees. And so I'm also going to go, this is going to store sand. And again, we'll just put 5,000. What I'm going to do, thimble reeds grow in this biome. So I'm just going to dig out some buried objects in this biome that are not slime. And we'll release a little bit of polluted oxygen if I dig up here, which I don't need to because I already found one. You know what? It'd be nice to have two. Let's get greedy. And this polluted oxygen, it's unpleasant for them to breathe, and if they breathe too much of it, it can cause something called yucky lung. This slime shouldn't off-gas unless we actually dig it up. So you can see there's no germs here, because this is not off-gassing. Slime lung germs are green. This guy is off-gassing. This produces floral scent, which the dupes enjoy unless they have allergies. And it also kills slime lung. So we could just, plant this somewhere close by. Hi folks, Future Editing Jennifer here, and I just want to add that I mentioned that we can use our polluted water for thimble reeds or for arbor trees. If any of the excess can go to those two things. But I didn't talk about the other side of it. You can also use the excess clean water. So if we just put a bridge right here and then we could siphon the excess off, you could use it to make oxygen, either for oxyferns or for electrolyzers, and those would be two uses for clean water that wouldn't spread the germs potentially to their food. So the electrolyzers, I don't think, we haven't even researched those yet, and we don't have oxyferns on this map, so I can't really show you those, or arbor trees. Both arbor trees and oxyferns are in the forest biome. Eventually, though, you will want to start using electrolyzers to make your oxygen, and you can use your excess water for that instead of using it to grow plants. So I just wanted to mention that. How are we doing on our research? Okay. So I also will make room for those thimble reeds over here. Okay, so this guy is gonna put it out the polluted water. So first of all, we're gonna disconnect this. This is enough water to get it started. So we want, no, this is backwards from how I want it. Guys, I have a problem with left and right. So in refinement, there's my water sieve. So it goes in on the white input and out on the green input, just like here. And then we want to build some, I was going to say poles for some reason, pipes. I guess they both start with P. So this out, the clean water will come out here and go into these buildings. We don't need any more water. The dirty water will come in here. So I'll just use a little bridge. So the way this works is it skips the tile that's in the middle. And it also prioritizes this tile, but we don't need to worry about that right now. Okay. Then, okay, that's fine. We'll get to then in a second here. Let's go to food. Put in a hydroponic tile. We'll put in 2 of them. Okay, so we've got our hydroponic tile here. We're going to put in our thimble reed. And let's get our pipe here and go like this. So now what it'll do is, if there's room in this sieve, then the water will go into the sieve. If there's room in the out pipe, it'll go out. So its first priority is to put water into the sieve, but if there's any extra, it'll flow out here and into the thimble reed. So that should work great, but we also need power. I think I'm just going to run it from here. We'll put in some tile, and then let's just connect those. So if this one is full, then the water will overflow to the second one. You probably don't need 2. And of course it depends on how many dupes you have using the bathroom, but okay, so now what I like to do is to deconstruct buildings only. And we'll just do these one at a time, and we'll replace them. For the sinks, we'll have to extend the pipe, but that's okay. Go like this. And for the lavatory, like that. So then we will get those fully in place. And so now we have a perfect and beautiful bathroom here. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We are coming up, gonna have, or maybe even around the same time as this, tutorials on making a nature reserve, on growing bristle blossoms, and another one on digging in the slime biome. So that'll be fun. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to see those, and I'll see you in the next one.